Another day to be a mighty warrior. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I'll be alright. I'm still here. I've been through the fire. I'm still here. I've been through the jungle. I'm still here. Yeah, I've been through the fire. I've been through the storm, but I'm still here. Every day's a brand new chance to grow. Always looking forward to tomorrow. Yeah. Doesn't matter if I rise and fall. I know there's a mighty God behind me. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I'll be alright. Yeah. I'm still here. I've been through the fire. Yeah. Still here. I've been through the jungle. Yeah. I've been through the fire. I've been through the storm, but I'm still here. I'm a fighter. I'm a warrior. I've been mad, I never break. I get up on my feet and rise again. I'm a fighter. I'm a warrior.
Hey, we're stronger together, you know. That's how the Diaspora Table talk goes. We are always stronger together. We've been through fire, we've been through hell, but we're back. We are here to build each other. We are here to make our community strong. We are here to know that we are able. We are here to know that with teachings, with a lot of talking here and there, we are able to make ourselves better and improve our lives. Oh man, I'm very excited today and I'm thrilled to have 3 great visitors in my studios today. However, I've borrowed the studio because mine is under construction. So don't worry about my studio today. I'm with the Crossroads studio, but mine will be back, the Diaspora Table Talk. So next time, you'll be seeing me in my own studios. It's under construction, and we're doing well. So I have Kanaka as my first guest. Welcome, Kanaka.
Thank you.
Yeah, she's Kanaka's son. I'm from National Financial Literacy and Liberty Mutual. She was forwarded to us via Rogers, Mianja. Next, I have one of our fellow community people in the community which we live in, or the different communities that we live in. And is a fellow Ugandan with us. Her name is Brenda Yombo. Brenda, most welcome.
Thank you, Maureen.
And then we have Ruthie, the name in the Bible. It doesn't come, with our territory. I'm a believer, so when I see things like that, Kanaka, it's a Jewish name somewhere. And then now we get Ruthie and Brenda. So we know that we are really in the right mix, and we're going to talk about good stuff. So we're here to educate ourselves, to help ourselves teach about life insurance. That's what we are really into. Why? In our community recently, we lost a lot of people. They were back to back.
Right.
And we found that most people are not still educated on this biggest problem of life insurance. So we vowed to bring in various companies or even other people in our community like Brenda to come and educate us. Anybody who knows about life insurance, at least to come tell us a word or two, because you're telling the community what to do, how to do it, and where to go. Improving our financial literacy, improving ourselves in our lifestyles, because we can't be better communities when we are lagging behind. So we don't want to lag behind. We want to be educated. We want to come out and do the right things so that our community improves and grows. So I'm very happy to see each one of you, because you are into that capacity that is making the communities much, much better.
Thank you.
So most welcome. So in any of your words, you could tell me what insurance is all about. I would love to start with the community person, who is Brenda.
Okay,
you know,
sweet.
charity begins at home.
Okay, so insurance generally is a transfer of risk from either person to another company or a company that's willing to take the risk from me. And life insurance in particular is the transfer of that risk of loss of your income as a breadwinner in a family to a company, the life insurance company that actually takes out the policy for you. Yeah, in simple terms.
Wow.
Right.
Kanaka, do you have anything to add on to that?
But what is the insurance? The life
Yeah,
insurance.
what you understand by insurance.
Right.
Because what I understand by it may be different from what another person understands by it. So, in fact, Brenda, I want you to always break it down in our language so that you help, you know, make that mixture of languages.
Okay.
So that we
So like in Luganda?
Yeah, like in Luganda, so that we are more comfortable knowing that this is what we are doing and we are doing it in a well, you know, presented manner.
Right.
So yes, Kanaka, you can go ahead and describe to me what you would say insurance is.
Right. So like Brenda had mentioned it, and that's exactly what it is. So I am just going to add on what Brenda had said, that life insurance is the transfer of risk. So by transfer of risk, we exchange, you know, the premium, which is the money that we pay to insurance company, and that is, it's called the contract. So we exchange that premium to get the contract to protect, you know, to protect us, and that contract is a legal contract that, you know, when they pay out, that's considered the, you know, the death benefit that they pay out. Yeah.
So Ruthie, do you have anything to add on?
Well, basic life insurance is a protection. It's an
it's a
exchange.
protection.
It's an exchange, the contract of protection for the whole family.
Yeah.
For example, if you wanted to protect the family, there's an exchange of protection. So depending on how much you wanted to have your family protected, it's based on exchange of that premium payments toward the company. So
that is how I also understand it.
Yes.
So you have, you know, Kanaka's into the terminology, contract, but I like the way that you brought in family and say, hey, it is what protects your family.
It's what protects your family.
Yeah, what protects your family. So everybody out there wants their family to be protected, you know. Brenda, our twins okujja ne tugamba nti no protection ya family eri kuki.
Okay, kirowoozeemu bw'oti okeera ku makya n'ogenda n'okola gwe olabira amaka go abaana bo mukyala wo kati life insurance ne beekuyamba eti bw'oba ogifunye nti kasita bukya lumu ng'ofudde mu famire yammwe omuntu bibiri ebigenda okubaawo omwami afudde naye ne income gy'abadde akola ekoze eki efudde so protection eno eya life insurance weeyambira nti gwe ng'omuzadde taata oba maama okyalina obuvunaanyizibwa ku baana wadde ng'ofudde insurance eyo weeyingiriramu ne tugamba nti afudde naye abadde alinawo ku ssente zino okuyamba famire ye.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That is very, very nice, you know, to put it in that way, in those terminologies that our society at least understands, because we don't want to leave nobody behind. We want to, it's a very sensitive topic and people really don't understand it. Right. And that's why people are refusing to cooperate to it or save into it or subscribe into it because they don't understand.
Right.
So that's why I want Brenda to get the media and gritties of the whole concept in the language, which most people would say that they understand. And maybe then we would get more people to subscribe, come in to register and do those good things. So what are the different types of insurances that we hear about? Can you, Ruth, tell us, Ruthie?
Oh, well, there's two types. There's actually a lot of different types of insurance out there. What we offer terms and permanent life insurances. So depending on the affordability of a family, if a family is not able to afford too much of the life insurance payment, we offer term. Okay. And then if a family is saying that they is able to support that particular life insurance, we offer permanence. So it's based on affordability. Maureen.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna add on what Lucy said that so there are two types of life insurance, right? Which are term and a permanent. Now there's also the category when it's come to term insurance and the permanent insurance terms. We have annual renewable term. We have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 or 30 years term. Okay. Now permanent, the primary permanent, three primary permanent life insurance. Those are whole life, universal life, and index universal life. And each of the these plans serve in in a different purposes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. With term insurances, which ones would you advocate for people to subscribe into, Brenda?
Okay. Can I just go back a little bit on the different types of insurances? I'd like to add, beyond what they just said, the permanent and the term. We also have the group, which is very common in our community, which is like a group either at your company or a society. And
Do you mean like the group like Gwangamuje?
yes, like the Gwangamuje group one.
Yes.
And then there is also the accidental death and dismemberment. Those are very commonly sold by banks or credit unions. So there are different types of insurances. So my advice to people would be to get information.
Get
A lot of
information.
them, because the market has so much to offer, and we are consumers of financial products. But before you consume a product, you have to understand what you're actually consuming. Now back to your question about which is the best product. Like she said, you have to look at your situation, what you're trying to achieve with this policy, and of course affordability. Just to emphasize, term insurance is always cheaper than permanent insurance for good reason, because it's for a term. And experts advise that you're better off having a term insurance because it's cheaper and affordable. So it's in reach for everyone. Every budget can afford it. Permanent life insurance is pretty expensive, and you'd have to understand why you're getting it to actually go into it.
Okay.
So the terms could go as low as
They
5
could
years
vary,
to 35 years for some companies. Yeah.
Cool. Oh, I have a question here. Immediately somebody kicked in. She's called Angela Mulindwa Chaine. He goes like, Maureen, does life insurance kick in for burial expenses, or can one make provision for burial expenses? So, Kanaka,
I'm sorry, what was the question again?
does life insurance kick in for burial expenses? Does it kick in only after, like, when you're going for funeral expenses, or one can make provision for burial expenses and still have life insurance? I think that one is going to cash value, something like that. That's where it's heading. So, do you know anything about that, or?
Yeah. So like we mentioned it, there are many kinds of life insurance. Now, if you're only looking particularly for a funeral expense, then we have that life insurance just for the for the funeral expense. It's normally typically that kind of plan. It's the whole life, and the amounts of the coverage. It's typically small. It's you can count from 5,000 to 35,000. Some company can offer 50,000. But why it's particular? Because when they pay out the death benefit, it's the company that one of the company that I represent anyway. For the funeral expense, they pay out within 48 hours, which is different from a
They
regular.
pay out in 48 hours?
Yes,
Oh,
but that's
cool,
for the funeral expense, right?
Yeah.
Which is different from the term and the permanent life
Yes.
insurance. Normally, if you were to submit a claim for the term and the permanent, by law, it takes 3 to 6 months, which is during that time frame, right? So the funeral expense it's a little bit different. That's why if the family only looking for a funeral expense, that will be the plan.
Okay.
Can I add a little bit with the funeral
Yes,
expense?
go ahead, Ruthie.
The clients that really want to buy this policy are mostly older clients, older generations, where if they have an elderly living with family. Like for example, my family, I do take care of my mother and have an older elder that's living with me, and I really don't want to worry about burying her in not having enough money to bury her. What I do is I purchase a life insurance for her, but only for funeral expenses, and that way I have a peace of my mind that 10 years from now, 20 years from now, I don't need to worry about coming with the money to help her with her burial services. Yes, so that was my approach to for many families that really would like to go about helping their families in that particular situations.
Yeah,
Yes.
and just to add on what you just said earlier is that recently, there have been people
Yes.
pass
Who passed
away,
away, yeah.
and I've also seen that a lot in my community. And when that happens, family trying to raise the money. Now I believe, had the family, been educated about this, I'm sure they would, prepare something for the family.
It would have been different. Brenda, just break it down for us right now from where we are to where we are in Uganda, so that we can really get to know
To
what
understand
we're
the
doing.
differences. Thank you, Maureen. Ruth said something about if you're looking at the funeral expense insurances, they're usually better for older people. So if you're somebody 25 and up, maybe before 65, you have no business looking out for only the funeral coverage.
Yes.
Why? Because you most likely have dependents on you,
Yes.
right? You have a family here, or even in Uganda, you have kids that have been receiving a check from mom or for whatever they're doing. So you have to look into the cheaper term insurance to help you have sufficient money should you pass away and get your family covered. So term insurance, ideally, I know a company that actually can pay a term policy in 14 days.
Good.
So that means you don't
Very
have to
good.
worry about the 3 to 6 months that she spoke about earlier. It can happen quicker. And for the death part of the money if you've passed away, they'll cover the death part earlier than anything else anyway.
That's
So if you're above 25, right, and not 80, please avoid the funeral expense insurances. You know why? Your responsibility as a mom, as a dad, does not stop when you die. You have a family depending on you. And life insurance is supposed to help you build your financial house, So it's a foundation of your financial future.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. So that happens. Now when you talk about, we've talked about families. We've talked about how some families look at death expenses or funeral expenses alone. However, educate us of how families should look at the life insurance of children. Because the little ones need to be insured, right? And there is college funding, there is a lot of education that is going to be happening. So we need to know why we need to insure for our children and why our children are important in this insurance, business. So can we go into the depth of understanding why the people with families should invest in insuring for their children? Thank you.
Like we have mentioned it earlier, that life insurance serve in various purposes. Now, this is why they come up with all kinds of insurance terms and the permanent, right? Because say for example for the permanent life insurance, you can pick any plan. Not only that, because the permanent life insurance, it has the insurance, but it also has the cash value on the side. So now that cash value, you can treat it as it could be a college planning. You can save the money in there in that cash value, or you can also treat as it could be your retirement supplement when you retire, or it could be that's like the cash value. It's like a piggy bank that you can it can serve in many purposes. It doesn't have to be college planning. It doesn't have to be the retirement plan. It's in many purposes.
Brenda, I've heard about college funding.
Yeah.
What is college funding?
Okay, that's great. So college funding obviously is about college for those who have children. And just to remind our viewers that you don't begin planning for your kids' college when they're 16. The moment you deliver them and you have a social security number for them, get a plan going for them.
Right.
Oh, good.
Right.
Now, just to be a little bit different from what she said, most of these financial products in America are governed by the IRS tax code. So the tax code specifically explains what life insurance is and also what college savings would be or retirement savings should be. So if you're a parent out there trying to save for your child's college, there is a specific product that's available to all states, in different states. It's called the 529 plan. So you use that to invest money for your child's college. We do not use life insurance to save for college. That's from my school of thought.
Yes.
Because they're two different products. Life insurance, like we said, was a contract between you and an insurance company if you pass away and they give you money, right? So there's no way
It's the same
someone
as
planning
college.
to save for college goes and buys a life insurance policy.
Yeah,
you're buying the wrong medicine for the wrong disease.
That's right.
Okay, so there is a specific program for the college savings, and if you have a permanent life insurance and maybe the money in there can fund college, maybe you can go that way. But what I know is the cost of insurance in the permanent insurances is very high, and the return on your money is very low. So if you had $250 to invest for college, put $150 in a permanent life insurance and $150 in a college savings account, and look at the two accounts in 10 years, the college savings account will look so different from the life insurance account. So as a parent, as a consumer of financial products, be educated, find out exactly why you're buying a product and what you get at the end of the day. So college savings, in my view, should be college saving plans, which are out there, and the IRS provides for tax benefits with them. So that would be my recommendation.
Okay, Ruthie, do you have anything
Well,
more?
my recommendation is that the college saving plan 529 is good in a way, but the only thing is that I'm not sure if I will get a best investment through that. The reason why is that how would I know that my kid is going to utilize that college 529 to further educations, and you can only take that money out only if your kids decide to go to college, correct?
Yep.
So what if your kids decide, well, you know what, Ruthie, Mommy, I really don't want to go to college and I really want to do something else. So all those time and all those money that I put into, which is for their own purposes, might not work for them.
Okay.
I would seek a vehicle where I know that I can put in through life insurance. Whether they choose to go to college or not, it's going to be up to me.
So, just to
Right.
add on what Ruthie had said is that this is why we believe in financial literacy, right? Because there's just so many products out there that serve in different purposes. So one of the program that our organization affiliated with, and it is a non-profit, and it's called the College Coaching Program.
Okay.
And the workshops that we have our center is completely free. So if the parents would like to learn more about this, they are more than welcome to learn about the college coaching program, and they are going to
What's in the college coaching program? What's in there? What would the things that would intensify or incentives for parents to sway them to come your way? Because if the parent hears of these things, would be like, oh, I have to go for that program.
Right,
So
right.
what are those things that you're telling us in our communities so that we can look out for your program?
Yeah, so the colleging program it's called Heartland Institute.
Yes.
It is a non-profit, which they are affiliated with us. And in the program itself, though, it serves in also many areas when it's come to preparing kids to go to college, applying financial aid, applying for the scholarship. What are the differences when it's come to planning, college planning for your kids to go to the college. And they also talk about the benefit of having life insurance and the 529. So now I am not an expert on that, but we even last year served the workshop every month at Harvard University. because we have the Harvard professor that is partnered up with us. But even our center itself also have that workshop, and it's completely free. Families are more than welcome to attend a workshop so that they can get more education when it's come to life insurance and the college planning.
All right.
Okay.
That's very good. Have you ever heard of GABA insurance?
GABA.
So how is GABA, in a nutshell, tell me how you've seen GABA work with any insurance company that you have, or what are the changes that you say that GABA doesn't do, and another, because I have GABA for my children. I have to say the truth. I invested in them when they are babies, and not about GABA insurance while in hospital. So I just invested in that from the time. So I just want to know if I'm in the right place, or I need to change, or some things, because the more you learn, the more you know, like, that insurance I'm in, I better change. But everybody have had good things about GABA, so I want to hear more what you have to say.
So GABA is also one of our providers, but I personally never work with them. Okay. But if you would like to, really learn details about your plan, we can sit down one-on-one and really, take a look details on what you have, and is that, a proper protection that you have for yourself and your family.
Okay. Yes, Brenda, I know you have something. I know you have something, and I know you point me somewhere in the right direction.
I have something, and my something will be, I don't want to discuss companies on air. I don't know much about any of the companies, but I want to just go back a little bit. I'm always going back, but that's okay.
It's okay.
Right?
It's very okay.
Ruthie spoke about the college saving and was worried, and maybe parents out there are worried. I'm like, why should I open up an account for this kid who I'm not sure is actually going to go to college, right?
Yes.
I might lose my money. Just to allay your fears as parents. This is what happens with a college savings plan. Your money gets into this plan tax deferred, right? That means you get tax benefits when the money is invested in the college plan.
Correct.
You can pick the money out anytime you want to. It will be taxed if it is not being used for the kids' benefit, for school-related stuff.
Yes.
But if you wait and your kid actually makes it to college, the money will go out tax-free if it's used for college-related expenses. So this is the deal. You put in 10,000 today, right? And maybe that money grows up to 40,000 by the time your kid is 18 to go to college. If they don't go to college, that 40,000 is your money.
Okay.
The only thing that will happen is it will be taxed, a little bit taxed, and you take it out.
You will be
so the issue would be for you to find out which of the two products gives me a better rate of return.
Yes.
If my kid goes to college, well and good. If he does not, okay, I'll get my money back.
Get my money back.
That account can also be transferred to your other kid who wants to go to college.
Oh, that's
so the issue is about getting this information, get educated, understand how these things work. But the issue is you won't lose your money if it's a college plan and your kid won't go to college. No. It's to get taxed for it. But who cares? The money has grown so much in this time. Why not? So as parents, there's so much information out there. Let's be vigilant as a community. Let me just take it back to Luganda a little bit. Banange, abazadde, bannayuganda abali mu Boston, tulina omutima gye muli okubasomesa ebintu by'ensimbi. Tuve e Kampala nga tumanyi bye tumanyi eby'e Kampala. Tuyingira mu America ne tugwa mu bintu bya America. Ne tutandika okukola, ne tukola n'amaanyi mangi, tukuza abaana, babysitting byani. Naye nga tutegedde nti omusingi gwa America guli ku nsimbi. Z'okola, obungi bwazo, n'engeri gy'oziterekamu ne zikula. So bw'otakola bintu ebyo ng'otandise mu America, gye bujjayo waggulu weesanga ng'ofunye obuzibu mu bintu by'ensimbi, bantu kufa tebalina insurance, bantu butaba na ssente za college, abaana ne batasoma, oba ne bagenda mu loans za college. They could have actually set money aside to help their kids through it. So nze ku lwange nga munnammwe nga community member njagala tufune okutegeera n'okumanya ebintu ebiri out there. Fwe twewaayo kati nga Afande Maureen bw'atuleese ku program eno ayagala kubamanyisa mwenna ekiriwo naye naffe community members kubanga nze mu training ndi CPA. So ebintu byensimbi binyumira mbyagala nnyo.
That is good.
Yeah, so njagala nnyo okusomesa abantu ku bintu byensimbi kubanga bino bye nasoma.
Kusomesa nnyo nobeera nga kaseera.
Ngambera mu maaso gammwe nga
providing that service.
Nga babuulira temulina okukola.
Ekikulu kyaffe eky'abantu baffe mu community tebatweyunira to get the service. Ate nga service eri free, you know. So I would love people to do the right things and come out and say, you know what, Afande Maureen, I saw you on the talk show talking about financial literacy, talking about life insurance. How can I get more information? I will point you to the right direction. That's why this table talk is here. This table talk, which is the Diaspora Table Talk, is here for you, so that if you don't know, at least we have people who know or who will help us to be pointed in the right directions, who have ideas on what we're thinking, on what we are planning, and on what we are projecting. But our communities were so laid back. I always advocate for people to speak up, because if you don't speak, nobody would ever know what your issue is. Nobody would ever know what you're going through. Nobody would ever look out for you. But when you come and say, you know what, here I am, I need help, that's the person I'm going to go help, because I know that person has really come out and wants to seek a better life. So let's all advocate for seeking better lives, and through that, that's why we have this program for life insurance. Okay, we go back to life insurance, because that's where we are. I ask, what are the myths out there about life insurance? Do you know any?
What is
Ruthie,
The
myths.
The myth.
Yeah.
Oh, the myth. Oh,
Yeah.
boy. That is, well, I think one of the myths that people always think is that I am the breadwinner, so I should get life insurance, correct? But that might not be true, because the people who, like, for example, take your wife or your husband who's a stay-home mom or anybody that works cooking, cleaning, right? They are also important. They are also should be protected and covered, right? So what happened if like say, oh, you know what, I don't need to buy insurance for my wife. I am the breadwinner. I bring the money in, so I only protect myself, right? But then you fail to see your wife. Your wife is helping you cooking and cleaning, preparing the food. She is a source of income as well. Childcare. Imagine you don't have that with that helping. Imagine that you have to go out and spend that money for childcare. So everybody should be protected. Everybody should have life insurance, no matter what.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kanaka, what do you have?
The
for young
second
families especially.
Yeah, for young family. And the second one is, if I buy a term, I can always renew, right? But the thing is, once the term is expired, it can become very expensive. And I don't mean expensive, it's very expensive. So that, you know, again, that's why it requires an education, you know, before a family make a decision to purchase any plan, right? Yeah.
Yes, Brenda, do you have any that you know of?
Yeah, one common one is I'm still young.
Yeah, I'm still right? Yeah, I'm still young.
I have no kids.
I'm not sick. I don't get sick. I don't do those things.
But I normally tell people, you know when you are born for sure, but you know when you're gonna die, right? So you're better off getting insurance as young as you can possibly get it. So yeah, I'm still young doesn't really count in this. The younger you are, the cheaper it is for you to get life insurance. So that I'm still young myth does not work. Another myth I would like to talk about is, oh, I have insurance with my company. I'm good, I'm covered, no need for private coverage. Now the problem is, as you all know, we all leave jobs every so often. We change them around so quickly. Every time you leave a job, most times you lose your insurance right there. So the responsibility of caring for your family is being transferred to your employer, who is not reliable anymore, right? So that myth of I have a job, I have insurance at my job should be actually thrown out of the window. You have a responsibility as a mom, as a dad, to have coverage for your family, so that if anything happens to you, they are good.
Okay, they say that insurance companies are there to make money. That's another myth that is always there. I don't know if it's a myth or it's a reality. But don't give services. Why do you think people think that way?
Maybe Kanaka?
Yeah, I would go with Kanaka. Why would you think? People say, hey, they're there to make money and they don't provide the service. But tell them that you get it with the service.
So I need to get a little bit, details of, okay. What don't give the business to them? Is that
As
what
in, you're there to just take my money, but you don't give me the service. Why do you think they think that way? They say that they're enriching you, but they don't get the service. It takes longer to get the service. I think that's what they're meaning. Yeah.
Okay.
Brenda, do you have any idea?
I'm gonna, I'm gonna ask back, right?
Yeah,
so then, why do we buy the auto insurance? Right?
Yeah.
So I think if it's not required by law, right?
Yeah.
All of us, I mean, majority of us might not even buy the auto insurance.
Yeah.
But because it's required by law, like, do we have the accident every day? We don't,
we don't.
In fact, I think we pay a lot.
Forget the accident.
Right?
The insurance.
Right?
Yeah.
And so I think that kind of concept, especially in our community, need to a little bit update.
Yeah.
Right?
We need to push out the myths.
Right.
And put reality into place, because you may not need the auto insurance, and then you're driving one day and
Bam.
bam, and then you go like, I had limited liability, I had full coverage, everything sets in immediately, and you go like, I should have done full coverage, and you cannot go back to do full coverage. Now you are stuck with your limited, and you don't have no coverage for rental. You're just moving around. Everything is, you're paying a higher deductible, and everything of yours is upside down just because you limited yourself in the auto insurance area. So that one, it's a very bad one, because you can have that tendency of going into the limited insurance.
The cheapest one.
Right? And just to add on that, that's why, I am an advocate of promoting the awareness of financial literacy. Because when it's come to building a fundamental of your wealth and of your, financial foundation, you need to understand the basics. Think about, we protect our car, we protect our homes, we protect our pets, and even our phone. Right? But then, all of those things never exist without you, and oftentimes you forget to protect yourself. And that's so and that's something that we need. People like Ruthie, Brenda, and I are in the community and educate families.
Right.
Oh my God. There's a question here which is very, very interesting. You viewers are very interesting. One says, let's say that we insured as a couple, and everybody knows that, we have a big term insurance. Am I at risk for my partner to kill me and take it? God. We've seen these things happen. In 2004, there was a Patterson case out there where the spouse really killed the wife so that they can benefit from the insurance claim. So it's not a weird question, but it's weird in our community because we don't gear ourselves to look at that concept of killing each other. But
no. Actually, community members that watch, I think, some program called ID something?
ID.
On TV, where they show people who have died because of the insurances. Don't want to even think about it. But just to give information to the community, do not risk your family's future on assumption. If you have a spouse, I'm thinking you love them, and that's why you're married to them, and that's why you can have joint financial planning, right? But in case you don't trust your spouse, take it out on your own. Don't let him know about it. Okay? But the thing about killing you for the life insurance, I would say this. We know America is a great country, right? You cannot get away with your crime.
You cannot.
Before an insurance company pays that claim, they do their due diligence.
So
if I killed you for the money, I'll lose it as well. So I mean, really, guys. I know there is so many stories out there. People have actually died. I know I have a story, I think in Florida, where this guy went on to the sea and somehow didn't come back.
Disappeared.
And then After some time, it was a wife who was into that, and they found them anywhere.
Yeah, they did
You see,
find
so the
them.
guy died, but they still found them out. So
Yeah.
you can't benefit from your crime,
Yeah.
right? So let's do what's responsible as parents. If you have a spouse and you don't trust them, take out your own policy. Don't let them know about it. Okay?
Or hide it.
So,
Yeah, or hide it.
and we go back to what makes us eligible. Do we need, if I'm terminally ill, am I eligible? If I have issues going on, am I eligible? What are the criteria for being eligible? You can break it down in between you. You can give 2, 3, and stuff like that. Okay?
Okay.
Whatever you can give.
Do you want
Well,
I'm
I
gonna
mean,
say-
like the first requirement is that, you know, they have to be financially sound.
Okay.
So they have to be able to afford the life insurance.
All right.
But like I emphasized earlier, that our company, you know, we base on affordability. We do not deny anybody of life insurances based on their financial situation, right? And then the second thing we look for is health. Health, how healthy you are. If, of course, you know, if you're not that healthy, you know, that would be, you know, a little bit hard for you to get life insurance. However, there's always a ways around that. You know, we have different products that can offer people who really want the help for a protection in terms of that particular situations. So we can always work around with our customers to benefit them, because the most important thing for our company is we want them to be fully protected no matter what they are or how they are.
And you don't really know until you submit the application.
Yes.
And the underwriter will, you know, will do the investigation and to see whether or not you qualify.
So, Brenda, what are the eligibility criteria? Do I need a social security number? What do I need?
Okay.
Yeah.
Being that life insurance is a financial product, and the government likes to follow where money goes, like we all have to have a social security number
Okay.
to qualify for almost everything in this country. So yes, you need a social security number. One of the main things I was going to say from the first question she asked about eligibility was you need to be, if you're young, you are assured of qualifying for sure. If you have not been to hospital for a serious illness, run for dear life, go get a life insurance. Because the moment your name gets any health issue attached to it, then your eligibility begins to dwindle, however young you are. So if you haven't had any crossings with the hospitals, no theaters, no operations, you're good to go for coverage. If you're terminally ill, let me explain something about this. Like the previous question from Maureen was, insurance companies actually take money from us and they never give us a service. Yes, I would say it is business, okay? They are in this for business, right? They are trying to, meet a need, but they need to make money. So life insurance basically is transfer of risk, right? So the insurance company is betting that you will not die.
Right.
And you're saying, why, if I die, guys, pay me. So what happens is your premiums help you keep in that contract. So if you do not die, they have taken the money. Fair enough, right? If you die, okay, fine, they did a wrong, probably assessment of you, and you took the money. So if you're terminally ill, as a businessman, I know you're going to die. There's no one going to insure you if you're terminally ill. That's why I said just previously, if you haven't had any run-ins with a hospital, go get your coverage now before you get to know anything about being terminally ill or anything like that. Meaning, if we covered you, or if a company covered you, for instance, and 2 weeks down the road, we discover you have some rare cancer that just showed up in 2 weeks, they have an obligation to actually pay money if you pass away. But if you get to know about your cancer 2 weeks before you came for the application, then you can't be insured.
Correct.
So you have to really be on your toes as a breadwinner, as a parent, as a mom or dad, to get that coverage as soon as possible.
So you've had Brenda tell us that once you have no any terminal illness yet, or you have not known about your illness, she is urging, and everybody here is in conclusion, that we should hurry up and go and register for the insurance or life insurance so that we got it, okay? So this is what we are trying to look at. We're trying to get everybody insured. And if you're just sitting out there thinking that, oh, I'm healthy, And yes, you may be healthy, but we do not know what is in your body until
Right.
you take a thorough check on your body. So before you do the thorough check, first insure, and then go get the thorough check. It's not a cheating style, but it's a way to get yourself safe that once anything happens through that thorough check that they're going to carry out, at least I'll be insured, okay?
So I have a joke on
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
but it's a real joke though. So we had a client who lives out in Melbourne.
Yes.
So we, you know, in the past had been trying to talk to her to, well, right now she's a client, but before that, you know, and educate her of how important it is to have a proper protection. And, you know, she really never thought about it until one day. So, and this is the case for my teammate. So she called my teammate and she did not pick up, and it was like 5 phone calls. So then eventually when she got out from the meeting, she picked up, you know, she called back and she's like, so her name is Wendy, the agent. She's like, Wendy, I need you to be here now. I need you to be here now. And she's like, what happened? I need you to open a life insurance for my dad. And she's like, Wendy said, what happened to your dad? Well, my dad is in coma. Like, that's too late.
That's
right?
too late to open it up, yeah.
Right. So you you purchase a life insurance when you don't need, right? When you need it, you're not going to qualify.
You're not going to qualify.
Yeah.
So who is a beneficiary? Ruthie?
Oh, who is beneficiaries? Should be either your spouse or your
Who is
children.
eligible to be a beneficiary?
Oh, who's eligible? Well, your children, your spouse, your parents.
So you can name
your
anybody?
immediate
Anybody.
families.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
your immediate families that you know that you want to protect them.
Anybody that you have a
Affiliation or relative?
anybody that you involve financial interest.
Okay, you have financial interest with. Okay, so if I die today and I've put somebody, I haven't put anybody as my beneficiary. Yeah, and I pass away. Does the insurance company take my money, or the person who, you know, there's administrative, you know, estate, or you can name the executor, the state can become the executor, or another person may be brought up by the family. So what I'm saying, so if I die, where does my money go? I haven't named the beneficiary.
So first of
Do
all,
you guys take it and build mansions?
first of all, the beneficiary names is one of the requirements to fill out the application to apply the life insurance.
Okay.
So the beneficiary name has to be, you know,
In there.
has to be in the application before you even apply the life insurance. So yeah.
Maureen, there's a process. You know, that's a very good question, because some people might not understand that question, that
Yes.
aspect.
Yeah.
But it's good. It's good to know that, because people don't really know the process of applying for life insurance, and that is one thing that we look into. You know, when people come to us, is that, do you have anybody to protect? Do you have any beneficiary? That's the most important thing, because that is the most important thing for life insurance, that you want to protect your loved ones. And if you don't have the loved one to be protected, why do you buy life insurance in the first place?
That's why they need to know the name.
Right, that's why we need to know the name.
Okay.
I'm not sure if that's answered your question or not,
It does,
Maureen.
it
Yes.
does, it does.
Can I take it to Uganda for a
Yeah,
bit?
okay.
On the issue of beneficiaries, kati ffe ng'Abannayuganda,
Yes.
abamu ku ffe tujja wano ng'ozze wekka maama, ng'abaana n'omwami bali Uganda.
Yes.
Kati oyinza okwebuuza, who will be my beneficiaries in that scenario? I think you can actually name anyone who's related to you, like they said, even if they are not in America, to be your beneficiaries.
Yes.
Okay, so if you have any fears of, the insurance company will take my money, my kids are in Uganda, no. You can name your family members as long as they can reach them somewhere, somehow, and they can be your beneficiaries. So you don't have to be worried about that.
Now that brings me to another question. Yes, you can name people outside the United States to be your beneficiaries, but when does that kick in? Now it's like it's a funeral, and I really want that money to be activated real quick, and my beneficiary is all the way in South Africa. So how? And the contact may be a little bit slow, and yet we want to expedite the funeral. So how do we go about this? Is there any other way, even though we will get in touch with that person but the time frame is what we are trying to reduce. So how does that work so that we can see other avenues take place?
Let me speak to that a little bit. So what happens in the whole life insurance industry generally?
Yes.
Every time, that's why we said you have to have a social security number, because it's what they use to identify you in the US, right?
Yes.
So there are databases that collect information.
Yes.
Social security has your number, banks do, insurance companies do, but also the hospitals and the death certification place also has the number. So once you're registered dead and you hit their database, it has to alert to whom it may concern.
Okay.
So every insurance company has a responsibility to check with the death registry to see if any of their clients that they have in their registry actually have passed away. So the insurance companies have a responsibility to check on who their clients have been. Have they passed away? The insurance company can kickstart the process of looking for who your beneficiaries are and bring the money to you, or to them, for that matter.
That's what I'm saying. The person to bring the money to is outside US. My body is in US.
Yeah, so they'll go into their database and
I'm
say,
saying that the money they're gonna give it to you, Brenda, but you're in South Africa. I need the money here in US for me to be moved to Uganda. Yeah. So how are we gonna do that?
Ideally, the insurance company, like they said, the application process has the beneficiaries named in there. Okay, so the company, the insurance company, has a responsibility to follow through on their side of the bargain. Maureen was insured with us, she has passed away. Then they begin the process. For instance, when you die in America, you go to a funeral home.
Yes.
Insurance companies should have arrangements with funeral homes and say, oh, by the way, she was our client. We'll sort you out. Just go with the processes and everything. As they do their due diligence to follow up with everything else, ideally. But recently, I read of a case in, I think, Florida again, where they're suing companies that whose clients passed away and they had beneficiary issues or they couldn't contact them. So companies are sitting on would-be death benefits of clients who have passed away, but they can't find their people. And the state was suing those companies. They're like, no. To keep the integrity of that industry, you have to go to them.
Yeah, you have to find them.
Find them.
Yes, wherever they are. So the problem, I think, in the finding is not updating their addresses.
Correct.
Or not updating their phone numbers. Because you have to keep abreast with your things. That's why there's need for, do you guys do online insurance companies, as in you're able to go and do an online check on how your benefits are, what your policy is all about. So in that way, you are updating your database and you're making sure that everything is going on as planned. So that I urge each one of you, as I urge everybody in immigration, if you have applied to go online and look for your information, I urge everybody, if you have life insurance, to go online and keep updating, because your information keeps changing. And if you're giving me the information which is 10 years back and it's the one still in your insurance plan, guess what? When something happens to you, they don't know how to reach your beneficiary. And that's, now you're bringing back the burden to us to start going into the GoFundMe page to help you take your back home.
And you know, just to add on what you're just saying about the beneficiary, it's so important because there are many cases out there, say they name their ex-spouse to be the beneficiary, and after they divorce, they forgot to change the name. And then, you know, when the spouse passed away, that money, you know, when the husband passed away, that was supposed to go to the current wife, but then the beneficiary name is the ex-wife, then it's going to go to, you know, the ex-wife. So it is so important that when you have a life insurance policy, if anything updates in terms of, you know, your information in the beneficiary, you need to update the company.
Yeah, Brenda, you're going to walk us through one more time for the process of payment upon death. One more time. Somebody wants to hear that.
The process,
of payment upon death. If I die, what happens till when the other person is paid? That's it.
Okay, guys, I haven't died, so I have no idea. Okay. Well, I think I'm assuming that when you complete your life insurance application, you keep something with you that says, I'm insured by company XYZ. So if you have a next of kin, they should know about it. So when you die, there's a two-way process. You, the beneficiary, if you know about it, can go to the company, but the company can also come to you.
Okay.
It will talk to its agent, local agents, and say, you know what, we think, or we know this person died because of this information here and there. But so like they said earlier, the average payment is 3 months, 3 to 6 months.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
you know, 1 to
I
14
know that
days.
does it in 14 days.
Good job.
Okay,
That one is
so
also good.
you might want to look at how long does it take, because like you've died, right?
Yeah.
3 months, hey,
yeah.
what's going on?
3 months is a long
Yeah, so
time. I need
it
my
is,
people
it
to get
is.
my 14 days.
You know, like
One day.
even earlier if it were possible,
if
yeah.
possible,
So
yeah.
you're going to I know that Social Security is, that's why it comes into play. That's the whole, that's the thing that drives everything.
Everything.
If you have that number, you've died, we'll then come with your documentation to the company and say, hey, this person passed away, they had this policy with you, we have the documents with us, they were in the safe somewhere. But also if you have a will, a shiramo, right?
Yeah.
You can, we might have your wishes in there of how you want the money to be paid out and everything like that. Yeah, so let's say if you have a coverage of about 100,000 and the death expenses would be about 20,000, I'm assuming a company can advance you the 20,000 to deal with the death and then they can pay the difference after.
I think we're going over
Okay.
time.
Yeah.
So that is very good. So we have these people here today in our studios or in our community, and they're here to help us. Guess what? You're out there, you don't have insurance, or you need questions answered for life insurance. Today, we're in the community, we're moving around. Contact me, 857-800-7963. 857-800-7963. And we're still here in Campfire Studios, where you would find us and also ask us more questions in case you are round and about Waltham. So we are trying so much to make sure that we get the life insurance to you so that you are not left out. Do not wait to become sick. Do not wait for the last minute. Do not wait for us to look for who is responsible. Go update your records. Go make sure that you have your health in place, and go make sure that you pay the premium you needed to pay. And which insurance is better for you? Term, cash value, you can add both of them, or the other one, which is
The group?
the group. Okay, so then we would be able to do that. So I have my lovely guests. So thank you so much,
Thank
Ruthie.
you. Thank you.
Ruthie has been very good in enlightening our community. Brenda, much appreciated.
Thank
She
you.
drove all the way to come. She's both in our communities in Maryland, DC, at the same time with us here. So I appreciate that you are here with us.
Thank you.
And then I appreciate Kanaka.
Kanaka.
Thank you. She's done so well. And she also flew in to come and help us with this. So I urge you people that these people are here to help you. They all flew in to come in here in our community to register people. So do you know anybody who is not registered? We have our Gwanga Muje. Woo, woo, woo. I appreciate that a lot. But we also have these people. So just for your information, look out for them. Call me, 857-800-7963. I'm not afraid to give out my number, but I don't appreciate their numbers to be given out for some reasons, but they will give you their contacts. Tomorrow, I'll be with both of them in St. Peter's, and also I'm looking out to go to Global Evangelical Church. And there we will be also educating them on life insurance, and whosoever wants to. I'll be in the churches tomorrow with these people, trying so much to make sure that we educate them and enroll people. So as you reach out, let's also reach out. We're doing our part. We are coming closer to you. So also you come to us so that we know that what we are doing is the most valuable thing. Thank you so much, ladies, for being here. And thank you so much, Campfire TV. And Afande Momo out. Next Diaspora Talk, we will be right back here with our own studio because it's under construction. Thank you so much.
Thank you very
for having
much.
us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Another day, another goal. Another day to be a mighty warrior.
Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death,
I fear no evil.
though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death,
I'll be alright.
I'm still here.
I've been through the fire.
I'm still here.
I've been through the jungle.
I'm still here.
Yeah, I've been through the fire. I've been through the storm, but I'm still here. Every day's a brand new chance to grow. Always looking forward to tomorrow. Yeah. Doesn't matter if I rise and fall. I know there's a mighty God behind me. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil.
Walk through the valley of the shadow of death,
I'll be alright. Yeah.
I'm still here.
I've been through the fire.
I'm still here.
I've been through the jungle. Whoa. Yeah, I've been through the fire. I've been through the storm, but I'm still here. I'm a fighter. I'm a warrior. I've been but I never break. I get up on my feet and rise again. I'm a fighter. I'm a warrior. I've been but I never break.